And we are thrilled to say that Colin Farrell joins us now. We're going to fangirl over you so bad right now because the show is absolutely brilliant.
Thank you. Lovely.
Tell us a bit about it for anybody who hasn't seen it.
It picks up, the show The Penguin picks up about a week after the film The Batman ends.
Right.
And parts of Gotham are still underwater from the explosions of the seawalls that the Riddler perpetuated. And basically, there's a power vacuum in Gotham. Carmine Falcone, who was the main gang lord in Gotham, died at the end of the film. So now there's a power grab to fill the vacuum that he created. And it's kind of Oz's ascension into power, yeah.
One of the things I think that we were so drawn by the character and by the way they've done it, though, Colin, it doesn't feel like a part of that superhero universe in terms of what we'd have expected in the past. It feels like a gangster, mafia, really dark, brooding story. And you can see it fits perfectly within Gotham.
Yeah.
But that backdrop of capes and superheroes and stuff feels a million miles away from where Penguin is.
And it's a look at Gotham that we haven't really seen, I don't think, because it's kind of down in the gutter.
Yes.
Bruce Wayne lives in very rare air, and even when he's dealing with criminality, it's kind of from the perspective of the hoi polloi, you know, the upper echelons of society. And this is really down in the working classes, down where people are struggling, down where the people of particularly the neighbourhood of Crown Point have been kind of disavowed of the lives they were living because of the flooding, and they haven't been given support by the politicians that have promised to make life better, as often happens. So it's a new look at Gotham, a really rough, dark look at the underbelly of Gotham, yeah.
It's almost like 1970s New York, before it was, like, properly all cleaned up.
Yeah, it feels like that. Yeah, absolutely.
So tell us about the character, because if I'd have seen this without knowing that you were involved in it, I would never have guessed.
No one would. I would never have guessed.
Years that was you.
Yeah. I mean, if you stuck me with a drug and you knocked me out and you put me in the makeup and you took a photograph and then I woke up and you showed me the photograph and you'd say, who's that? I wouldn't recognise it. I wouldn't recognise it from the eyes. There's something... I mean, I'm totally gone. I was totally submerged by 4 hours of makeup at the start of everything.
Was it 4 hours?
We got it down to about 3. The first test was 8. Which was about 6 months before we did the Batman film. We did a makeup test in a soundstage on Warner Brothers lot in Hollywood.
That's a full-time job.
Yeah, there was 12 artists. Someone that was taking care of the wigs, someone that was taking care of the eyebrows because they take a lot to hide.
Look at that.
And that was it at the start of every day. It was 3 hours. And I loved it because... you can probably tell from the colour of Crystal's hair, they're a bunch of misfits, the makeup team. And we'd go in every morning, we'd have our coffee, we'd shoot the breeze and play music, gossip a little bit, and then I'd get into the script and get ready for the day ahead.
But so you got it down to 3 hours, but that's still significant. And the whole prosthetics that you are wearing must have been heavy and seriously hot.
It was hot. I had a tent. I had a tent that I called me Igloo for obvious reasons. And they had 3 industrial air conditioners piping in. So as soon as I heard cut, I'd walk off the set, zip, zip, zip. I'd get into the tent. There was a chair there of my own. It was lovely and isolated and alone. And I'd stare into space until I heard, they're ready for you, Oz.
And you just sit there on your own, cooling down?
Yeah, just cooling down, because the nose would fall off or the chin would become loose. And you didn't want that with your penguin,
and I bet you were all, like...
Sticky as. But the hardest job in the whole gig was probably Caroline, who was taking care of the makeup and the bodysuit. And what she had to... What she had to deal with at the end of a 15-hour day, man, what she had to deal with.
I can imagine.
When I sweated through the suit so that you could see the shirt sweating, Caroline knew she was in for a tasty undress that day.
But, I mean, there's practicalities around... I mean, if you're shooting all day, you know, there's practicalities around having that much prosthetics on. What happens if you need a comfort break?
Well, I don't.
You just don't?
I don't have breakfast and I don't have lunch.
Well, I'll
just say that. I don't have breakfast and I don't have... Yeah. It was penguin intermittent fasting helped out. Somehow I managed. I think my brain just, you know... And, I mean, to go for a pee, you know, it was a bit tricky. It'd take about 20 minutes. You'd need a sat-nav to find yourself because there was layers and buttons and zips and layers and buttons and zips and layers and buttons and zips.
Don't leave it to the last minute, otherwise you're in trouble.
No, absolutely. That's not a runner. That's not a runner.
But interestingly, there is a scene where your character is being tortured and he is naked.
That was a 7 or 8 hour makeup that day. I mean, look, honest to God, it was such a privilege to do the show primarily because I was, like... I don't forget, I was a 7-year-old sitting on a carpet in my parents' house in Dublin, watching Burgess Meredith, quack, 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 and Adam West, and Kapow, Kerrang, and all that stuff. Like, I watched Gotham 66, and then, or Batman 66, and then I grew up as a cinema-going member of the public, and I saw Danny DeVito's Penguin. So the lore and mythology of Gotham was a huge part of my upbringing. So that was never lost on me. And then you add on the brilliance of Mike Marino, who designed the makeup, and that whole thing. I just felt like a canvas, you know. It was extraordinary, really.
Did you speak to Danny DeVito, or did
we
you
just sent text back and forth a little bit, like, I'm the best penguin, no, you're the best penguin. I'm the best penguin, no, you are, okay, I am. You know, just silly stuff, yeah.
There's so much of it, like the prosthetics is one thing, but also his walk, his gait, and all of that. How did you come about?
Yeah, no, the character's really complicated in the way that he just... I knew in the film I had 5 or 6 scenes, and I kind of knew that the Penguin's purpose was to be a red herring in this investigation that was going on. And he was gregarious in the film, and they gave me loads of fun lines and all that stuff. But I knew that if it was going to, you know, if interest was going to be sustained over 8 hours, that we were going to get deeper into the character's psychology and the darkness that he lives in mentally, and where that comes from and what it's born of. So we're never trying to justify any of his actions, because he's heinous. And by the end of the, if you watch it to the end of the show, it gets really, really dark.
Oh, yeah.
Like the laughter peters out and the darkness kind of comes in and consumes everything by the end.
And you can see that action happening where cruelty breeds cruelty as well. And it just kind of passes along. And then you have the great actress who plays your mum in it as well.
Yeah, Dee Dee, she's extraordinary. I loved the scenes with her, because they're the only time that you really get a sense of what we would call Oz's humanity, i.e. his vulnerability, his love for her. And
also a little bit of why he is like he is. We've got a clip from tonight's episode, which is the two of you together.
Cool.
And this is you with your mum.
All right, man.
You promised me, Oswald. I deserve a better life. I won't be here forever.
Well, none of us will. You know, but we got time. Just gotta be patient.
Yeah, tell it to my headstone.
Jesus. I'm working on it.
I said with tears and laughter.
If my son is a nothing, what am I?
The whole thing is absolutely
You were just saying, looking at that, it's still weird looking at it. You're still looking for yourself.
Yeah, well, I've been afforded more objectivity. Like, only 30% of the 8 episodes was ruined for me by my involvement. Usually it's 100%, you know what I mean? Honest to God, I have a little bit more objectivity just because it's so different, you know?
Yeah.
It's been so well received, though. It's breaking ratings records.
So relieved, man.
Do you carry that pressure?
Yeah, you just want what you do and what everyone does, because, you know, it was a collective of 300 or 400 people, and we shot for 3 months, and then there was the writer and the actor strike in the middle, which had everyone stood down for 5 or 6 months, and then went back for 3. So the amount of work that the whole crew put into it, and the cast, Kristen, who you said, who plays Sophia, who's extraordinary, Dee Dee, young Renzi, who plays Victor, who's amazing in it. You just want it to, and yourself, of course, don't get me wrong, I'm not being selfless, like, you want it to work for everyone. So on the Thursday that I knew the reviews were going to be out, I woke up and I reached for my phone, and I found myself saying, please don't be 40%. Of course, I was reaching for Rotten Tomatoes.
Yes, of course.
So I opened it up and it said, I don't know, it was 91 or something, and the relief I felt. Just relief. Not like overjoyed, or just relief.
But, like, bigger than Succession, bigger than White Lotus, something like 5.3 million views. Or, like, it's...
So the head of HBO texted me that, and I said, I've no idea what that means. Are you happy? Are you happy? And he said, we're thrilled. And I was like, cool, happy days, yeah.
So can we ask, are you talking about doing another one?
I haven't heard, no. I haven't heard, second season. I don't know. I think I'm in the second film. Matt Reeves has been working just head down for the last 2 years trying to get the second Batman film going, and I think he's finished with the script and they'll shoot next year. So
right.
I heard him in that. I haven't read it.
Okay.
Second season.
Look, we've loved seeing you. You're back, and I know that you're running the Dublin Marathon. We want to mention this Dublin Marathon because that's an amazing thing. You're running with a friend of yours.
Might be walking it. I might not be running so much. Wait, you see, there's a walk, a jog, and then a run. So maybe a walk, definitely a jog. I'm not sure I'll be running it. Yeah, I haven't got the miles in, man, but I'll do it and we'll cross the line together. It's me and my pal, Emma Fogarty, who lives with and has lived with for 4 decades epidermolysis bullosa, which is an extraordinarily cruel condition. Yeah. And I'm going to push her the last 4K, so 1 kilometre for each decade that she survived EB, so yeah.
Have you done a marathon before?
I did one a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away called Brisbane. Yeah.
Wow, that would be nice.
It was grand. It was somehow, it was lovely and flat, and it was nice and warm. It wasn't Dublin in October 27th.
Oh, well, we'll keep our fingers crossed for you,
Kat.
for sure.
Thanks, love.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me on.
The first 2 episodes of The Penguin are available to watch on Sky and to stream on Now, with new episodes out every Monday.
Oh, hello.
You're gonna love it.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning.